Oh my God. Now the vacuum cleaners are all charged up, it's time to put them to the ultimate test. And yes, I know you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the tea bag test. That is right. In my previous videos, that is exactly what I've been doing to check and see what the suction is like on these beautiful babies that I've had previously. And so without further ado, I am going to help you guys out and let you know exactly how well it performs with a tea bag. So right here, I'm going to be sacrificing my beautiful carpet. Yes, that is right, it is beautiful. And I'm going to be pouring this tea bag contents over the floor, and we're going to be having a look and see just how good the suction is on my V11 versus the brand new V15. Oh my God. Oh, so much tea on the floor. So what I'm going to do right now is using the V11. I'm going to make sure it's on medium mode, which it is right now. And I'm just going to do a one pass all the way through and see if there's any tea leaves left over. Here we go. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, some tea just dropped out at the end there. Oh no. Okay, that's interesting. So some of the tea leaves actually fell onto the floor after I took off the button. And let's just have a look over here. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely tea leaves left over on the floor. I'd say it's about 80% successful in picking up the tea leaves, but it has scattered a few as it went along, and it deposited a nice little healthy number over there at the bottom. So actually, I'm not entirely sure if that did any, well, it picked up something. Let's just say that. All right, it's now time for the V15. Now, a few things about the V15 is, as part of its new features, it does categorize the type of dirt that you're picking up. So it does that in terms of the particle size. So it goes from really small through to slightly bigger particles, such as sand. So it tells you if you picked up pollen, allergens, mold, skin flakes, and bigger things like sand. So I'm hoping this is going to tell me that these are obviously big particles. And the way that it does that, it shows you a little graph as you're vacuuming as well, which is kind of fun, I guess, because you want to see what the contents is of your dirt. But maybe you're always going to chase like a 0, so you kind of want there to be no dirt whatsoever. I don't know, let's see. But more to the fact, let's have a look and see just how well the V15 does on the tea test. All right, let's open it up and get going. So it's on medium mode right now. The suction is way heavier. Woo! Let's take a look. Ooh, I mean, that felt a lot stronger. I have to say, that did feel a lot stronger. It is telling me that the majority of my particles that were picked up were allergens and pollens, and a smaller number, I should say, were larger particles. So let's take a little look and see exactly how well we've done. Okay, there is a definite difference, I have to say. The V15 did a lot better. It probably picked up about 99% of the tea leaves. There are some scattered through. I'll say 97% because I want to be fair. Whereas the V11, yeah, there is a noticeable difference between the two. Perhaps I'll have to do it on a lighter coloured carpet for you guys to fully see, but that is quite an impressive difference. Let's take a look up here. Did it scatter any along the way? No, it didn't, and it did not deposit any of the tea leaves at the end. So far, suction-wise, this guy seems to be working a lot better than my old guy, which is kind of disappointing because I always thought that my V11 was the bomb diggy. So now I don't have that anymore. All right, it is time for what I've been waiting for this whole procedure. It is time to check out how well it performs on the hard floors. Now, the most exciting thing about this Dyson V15 is the ability that it has this laser that points out and shoots out the dirt so you can see exactly where those microscopic pieces of dirt are, which I'm absolutely thrilled to check out. And just to make a fair comparison, on my V11, I have switched around the I've switched around the head, and it's now the torque one, which is suitable for the hard floors. Obviously, you can use the other headpiece that I was using, and to be honest with you, I didn't really use the torque one very often because I'm very lazy at changing the heads. So all I used to do was just use my other headpiece around even the hard floors and the carpets. But just for the purpose of this test, I'm going to be fair, and I'm going to make it to the hard floor piece. And over here, you can see that the nice laser one, is actually quite slim compared to the previous headpiece, and you have got the ability of turning on the laser and turning off the laser, but obviously I'm going to keep it on for this particular exercise. I'm not going to have any tea left by the end of this. It's all going to be gone. Okay, so here we go, just a one run through with the V11 to see how well it picks up the tea bags. Yep, it did a good job. It did capture, yeah, I mean, it captured a lot of the tea. Yes, it did capture the tea. It didn't lose any at the end like it did previously on the carpet. So I'm happy about that. And this is on the auto mode, which is the middle mode. So just bear that in mind. And now it's time to have a look at this laser technique, because this is what I'm excited about. This is where it's at. Okay, I've not tried this before. Let's see what happens. Oh, look at that. Okay, so we are now on auto mode. And let's just have a look and see how it fares. Okay, I have to say, cleaning-wise, it did a spectacular job. It's picked up every single thing. I'm not sure. Is the laser just like a light? Because it's literally just the light, in my opinion. Let's just take a look again. Okay, so as you just saw, the laser is green, and when you turn it on, it does illuminate the pathway for you. And I feel like it's just a light that's just illuminating where the dust particles are, because I don't see anything more exciting than that. So what I'm going to do is just test this out again, but this time use a torch and see with my V11 actually, if I can just duplicate this whole idea of just illuminating up the dirt. So here we go. All right, so that was a really interesting experiment. So whilst you can see a lot more with the flashlight because it's a lot brighter, the laser actually does point the light in different directions. So there's a bit more of refraction on small microscopic elements that you can see with the laser because of the way that the light refracts off it versus just a blunt torchlight, which just illuminates the whole path for you. And so I guess that's how it benefits in that respect. And also I guess the positive is you don't have to carry a torchlight with you. I like it. It's kind of cool. And let's see how I'm doing with my dirt. Oh my goodness, I have got over 101 million allergens and 11.3 thousand sand particles, 2.1 million mold or skin flakes. Oh my goodness, that just sounds so disgusting. Oh, what a cleaning chore. Oh my God, but it's so much fun with the V15. So I have to say, I am quite happy with the V15 so far. What I really like over the V11 with my V15 is that suction power on my carpets. I was really lacking the suction power with this guy, disappointingly so. It just didn't quite clean as much as I wanted it to. And you can tell that especially with the tea bag sucking up, which this guy just didn't perform as well as. So I am really happy that this one is a lot more powerful than the V11. That is something that I definitely would keep it just for that reason. I'm also quite impressed with the laser side of things. I was a bit skeptical going into it and I thought, why am I doing this? You know, what's the point in having a light? But actually it makes sense. The light of the laser refracts off the small little particles on the floor better than you would, for example, a torch. So therefore you can see it a bit better and so therefore you can have a deeper clean. So yeah, I'm actually pleasantly surprised about this. The only letdown that I can think of with the V15 is the charging time. 5 hours is quite a long time, and I mean, luckily it does have a fairly long run time. It's supposed to have 60 minutes if you're just doing on a normal mode, probably 30 minutes on an auto mode, but don't quote me on that. I haven't quite checked it out yet, but I will check it out. But hopefully that'll be enough time, and I guess coupled with the two together, you probably blitz through your house fairly quickly. But if you've got a large house, you probably want to go for a corded vacuum cleaner anyway. So this is quite good for those small touch-up areas. And with regards to the LCD display, I mean, so far, I have picked up 107 million allergens and pollens. That is just disgusting. I've literally just used it for 5 minutes around the little area over here. I have picked up 2.2 million maybe molds or skin flakes. Obviously, they just tell you the size of the particle. It doesn't tell you exactly what is picked up, but they say that that could be an example of skin flakes or mold. And also sand could be an example of the particular particle size over there as well. So it does make you kind of wonder, what is on the carpet, you know? Imagine you've got a kid who's breathing in the carpet, who's rolling around the carpet, and they're breathing in all of these skin flakes and pollens and allergens. That is pretty disgusting, I have to say, and even an adult as well. I don't really want breathing that stuff in. So it has encouraged me to do my cleaning. I'm going to go off and just clean the whole house now because I'm a little bit addicted to this right now. I'm pleasantly surprised about the laser, and I'm pleasantly surprised about the screen as well. I was very skeptical going in, but yeah, I'm actually very happy. And honestly, guys, I can't stress it enough, but the suction is just so much better on the V15 versus the V11. And you know, if I was thinking about my predecessors before this, the V16, just like, it's not worth it. Just go all out and buy something like this, because, or even the V11. Like if you can't quite afford the V15, go for the V11. It's still really good, but you just can't go back to the V11 from a V15. It's impossible. I hope you guys found that useful. And just one thing actually before I close up is this particular model has a full HEPA filter, which means that it will clear out over 99.5% of all of the particles going back into the air. So when you're breathing in all of those, or when the vacuum cleaner is bringing all of those particles inside here, it's removing the air, which is supposed to be nice and clean. So that is really important, because the last thing you want is to suck it up only to bring it back in again. So if you are going for a model like this, I probably would recommend getting the HEPA filter, because you don't want to undo all of that hard work that you've just done. Yeah, I'm pleased about that. The filter is also washable. With all of the Dyson filters, they're all washable, which is just easy. You just run it under the tap. And what I do is just leave it outside in the sun for a couple of hours, and then I pop it back in again. Gone are the days where you had to, like, I don't know, buy a new filter. It's amazing. All right, guys, I hope you found that video useful, and just let me know what you're using at the moment as well, and whether you think the V15 is worth it, or whether you're hanging out with a V11 or even a V6 as well. I would love to know in the comment section below. But for now, I'm off to clean the rest of the house. Oh my God.